That's gonna be super cute. Okay. Where's the darker green? Okay. Good morning, Sherry. How are you doing? It is Thursday, which I thought was yesterday, but it is Thursday today. Good morning, Sandra. Good morning. It is almost Friday. It is nice and chilly here in Maryland. I think it's like 40 something degrees. Yesterday was cold too. Yesterday felt, I think the high was like 66, and I was like, yeah, it's fall. Um, it came out of nowhere. Just like, no, it's been like the temperatures have been declining more a little bit by little. There might be a chance that we get our first frost by the before the end of the month. I didn't think there was going to be, but there might be. I don't know. Good morning. Mhm. I will take it. But I did get bit by a mosquito last night, so I'm like, "Come on, can we get colder just a little bit?" Cuz you know, when it gets colder, like things like mosquitoes and stuff, they just disappear into the hell that they belong. I hate mosquitoes. Uh, Also, wouldn't it be weird if like you meet up, like you get a sewing friend? Just this is like you meet a friend. They're you talked on Facebook, you like their bags, you like their bags, they like your bags, and you find out they live like 14 miles away from you. So you guys meet up at coffee, you're talking about Tula Pink, Lauren's, and all this stuff, and then you're like, "Oh, let's say fun facts," and you're like, "Fun fact, my favorite color is white, and my second favorite color is black." And they're like, "Oh, okay, that's weird. I've never met anybody that said they like the favorite color white." And you're like, "Yeah, I just think it looks good in every bag or whatever." And they're like, and you're like, "Good, I'm finally able to get that off of my chest." And they're like, "Oh, since you told me that, my favorite animal is a mosquito. Would you run?" I would. I would just why? Why would you like a mosquito? Like, things like this run through my head all the time. One day I'm gonna go back and sit back and watch my captain's logs and be like, "Why did I say that?" Mosquitoes love me too. They love my son, and my son gets like these huge reactions. So like he'll get bit, and then like that area will have like a grapefruit size like hive on it. Yeah, and I got bit on my knuckle, so I'm like, this it's gonna be nice for like the next 3 days. So yeah, yesterday was a horrible thing for me. Like, yesterday was a weird day, and a lot of people were just not aware that it was a weird day. I'm sorry now for the people that were messaging me and talking to me. You were gonna be like, "What? I didn't know this was happening." Um, for the past, like, couple days, my back was hurting, and I didn't think anything of it. So, when I told you guys, I go to a psychiatrist. I believe in mental health, and I believe in getting help for mental health. Um, so when you go to a psychiatrist, and if you have a good psychiatrist, they do lab works. They do workups to make sure that, like, any medication they prescribe you isn't messing with any organs. So, when I met with him on Monday and I was telling him about some things that were going on, and about like second guessing myself on a lot of stuff because there were some things that transpired the week before. And I was like, I'm second guessing myself. And he was telling me that this is normal for like ADHD and all that stuff. And he's looking over my blood panel. He's like, "Hey, your kidneys are a little bit elevated. Have you had this situation before?" And the answer is yes. So my body has this thing where like my kidneys are like freaking out when there's another organ or something else in my body that is not acting right. So I'm a person that is constantly in my head. I can smile, have a full-fledged conversation with you, but in my head, it's like I'm getting tormented, I'm screaming around bloody murder. It's like no one knows what I'm feeling because I'm so used to being like Anna, like, "Don't let people in, don't let the people know what you're feeling." So I first first part of the week, I kinda just let it go, didn't say anything, but my back continued to start hurting. So I was reluctant to go to the hospital because my mom last time I was in the hospital was my mom, and she was on a dialysis, and I kept correlating those 2 things together, that if I go to the hospital, the last time I seen someone on a dialysis was my mom, and she died. And every time I would think of those 2 things, I would cry, and I didn't know who to speak to because you have your therapist and you have your psychiatrist saying this is a normal thing. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to feel these things, but you're thinking it's all in my head. There's nothing wrong with me, and they're gonna all look at me like you're stupid. They're all gonna laugh at you. Um, so finally, like the pain got really, really intense, and I was getting nauseous, and I was getting these really wicked intense headaches, and I couldn't focus yesterday. So my husband took me to the ER. Um, all my blood work came back good, and my levels for my kidneys went down. So they think that I had like a stone and that I was passing it, and that's why I was having such an intense pain. They were the most understanding, cool people in the world because they understood that I didn't want to be there. I did not want to be there at all. And they understood because after last time you went to the hospital, someone that is the most important person in your life died. Like, who wants to be at the ER? Like, yeah, there are people that are there. They're seekers, you know. But I had the really coolest nurses. But this when I got there, thought I was going to be admitted. They could not draw blood for me. When they were sticking me, blood was not coming out. I'm a pincushion. So the reason I'm telling you this story is tenfolds. When you see my arms within the next couple days, my arms and my hands, if you see blossoms of blue, purple and blue, I first of all, I bruised like a peach. I bruised tripping over my own shadow. Your guys are going to see a plethora of bruises. I don't know how many times I got stuck. After the 11th time, I stopped counting. I also seen where, an ultrasound tech got into it with the for is it phlebotomist? The people that draw blood because she was not understanding why did they just put orders for her to show them where to get the vein, and they were like, "You're not drinking enough water." I'm like, "I drink enough water." Then the person that was able to get draw blood, it was very interesting. If you ever been in the ER, there are people that walk around with vitals. There are technicians, they'll just do your blood pressure, your temperature, and your pulse. She works at Quest Diagnostics on the weekend, and she's seen that I had like 100 band-aids. Like I had band-aids on my hands, wrists, upper arm, like everywhere. The next tip was my neck or my groin. I was like, and I was patient because I know they're doing everything they can and they're feeling the pressure. And I'm just like, it's okay. You got to do what you got to do. At this point, I'm freaking out because the last time I had major kidney failure, they weren't able to draw blood. So I'm freaking out from that. And then my mom watching them take dialysis off my mom. And I'm like, I don't want to die. That's all I keep thinking. As soon as she seen me, this tech was like, she took my temperature and she was like, "You're 90." She's like, "You're 97.6." She went and got all these warm blankets and put them on me. And she's like, "I'll be back in 30 minutes." She got these heating pad things and put them on my wrist. She came back, stuck me once in the hand and drew blood, and then the nurses in the ERs came in there, and they're like, "What did you do to draw blood?" She's like, "You guys are trying to draw blood on someone that is literally frozen." She's smiling in your face, and she's talking and being polite, but if you touch her skin, she's frozen. How are you gonna get blood out of a popsicle? She is frozen, and that's all it had to take, is putting a warm blanket on someone. And they kept taking my vitals, and, it was pretty It was pretty interesting. So again, all nurses are amazing no matter what field they are in. There are some nurses that think on their toes. There's some nurses that just know like so much. And yeah, all is well. Kidneys function, everything. Everything's healthy on me. They think that I passed a stone, and that's why my vitals changed from Thursday to Thursday, because today's Thursday. My levels are still a little bit high, but they reduce from the time that I had them last. So based off of my history, that's what they think that I had, and that's the reason why I was having the back pain. So yeah, thank you for my beautiful hair comment. But yeah, I know I hate kidney stones. The first time I had one, I thought I was like, "Is this what birth feels like?" I had one like when I was 19. I had no idea. It's just something that I deal with. Let's see. These trolls are trolling. I told you they are in their mother's house, chilling. And they're just like, "Wait." I wake up in the morning, they're like, "Time to type." So, yeah, it was a weird experience, but man, after the 11th stick, it was interesting, but the you know who was, like, a secret low-key secret OG was the ultrasound tech. She was from Sweden, and she was, like, the most sweetest person you ever seen. She was, like she had to come and see me because she had to check my kidneys, but she stood there the whole time when they were trying to draw blood, and she was like, "Do you want me to put in an ask the nurses to put in an order so I could show you where you can stick her for blood?" And they were like, "No, we got this. We can fill for it." And she was like, "Obviously, you do not have it." But she was she was like so small. She looked like she was so small. She was so petite with the cutest like Peter Pan haircut you've ever seen. And but like secretly, if we were in like a fight club, I believe she would be the person that won. Like I can't explain it. Her demeanor seems like she's sweet, but like she's that person that you don't want to mess with when it comes down to a fight because she like knows all these hidden things just to take you out. But she was like she was not having it with those nurses. Or it could be that she's seen this multiple times with these nurses and that she's tired of it. I don't know. But I was texting my sister and she was like, "Yeah, it should have. I think they're only allowed to stick you so many times before they have to get either a ultrasound person or an x-ray tech or something like that they're supposed to do to get somebody that's a little bit higher." But all this the whole time, if I was wrapped up in a blanket or had like a heating pad, one of those like those breaker things to get heat, that they could have got blood. I'm a really good stick. I was just frozen like a popsicle. It was so cold in there. But I normally deal with cold and never have an issue. I like being cold. I guess my body doesn't though when you're trying to get blood. So, and then when they finally like released me and they took the IV out, it looked like a murder scene. So, yeah, that was my day. Today I'm going to be making a Hugo bag because I didn't do it yesterday. And I'm gonna probably hop off of here and go on a live on my Patreon because I need to like I posted my calendar. I'm gonna go over the interviewer what their treat and not a trick is for this day for this month um for the month of October because we usually have a level up class, but I'm doing something a little bit special and different for them. Um and that's it. And I probably gonna drink a cup of coffee, go get a gallon of water, and just work on this Hugo bag and have fun. I'm really excited to do this because the shape of this bowler bag is like my favorite shape. I have like there's so many shapes of bowler bags. I want to do like a YouTube, not tutorial, but like just sit and chat on bowler bags because that is my favorite style. Every time someone makes a bowler bag, I like literally dance with like glee because I just love the way they look. They're endless, they're classy, and it's a bag that never goes out of style. It's just no matter, it's timeless. So I can't wait to make this. And then I'll get to show you guys it and I did just get to do one thing yesterday. I'm not gonna show you the pattern piece, but I for one of the things for Nova Ween, I was lasering and I lasered this. ghost. So while in the hospital, I had leather paint and I was coloring in the flowers. So I got to do that. So that was fun. I got poked 13 times for blood samples. Finally, they called someone and got it in the first poke. Yeah. Yeah. So I lasered this. I got this. I lasered the ghost. And then I was like, I just don't want it to be black and white. So I started coloring it with leather paint. It was soothing in the hospital. So okay, so the pattern's different, it's not who you think it is, the pattern's different, I'm waiting for the hardware to come in. You guys are gonna like the pattern. The pattern, it has a great story, and the designer is giving you guys a awesome discount. That's gonna be, like, day 6 or 7 on Novaween. Like I said, the Novaween things are really cool. There's gonna be some videos that are 10 minutes long, and then you're gonna have some videos that are 2 hours. There are like 3 or 4 complete bags. There are just small projects. I wanted some projects that you could do with your kids because I get a lot of emails like, what kind of project can I do with my grandchild, or what kind of project can I do to teach my son or my daughter their first sewing project? So I thought about like this, like Halloween to me is the reason why I love it so much is, yeah, there is a spooky factor, but there's also a family factor or a friend factor. Like when I didn't have any kids and it was in college, we had fun on Halloween because me and our friends would just hang out and we would do like paint our nails. Like there's some horrible nail art out there that I thought was awesome that I would paint on my friends and my friends would paint on me. We thought they were great at the time, but they they weren't. But it was that those are friends, are chosen family. So, like, it's about spending time with the people that you love. So, that's what I kinda collectively wanted to do with this batch of Novaween is to make some projects super easy, but maybe you can do something with a twist and do it with somebody that you care for, or do it with your just own little thing, like, just, like, drawing with leather paint or fabric paint on vinyl or leather and making something like your own Lisa Frank style, like, bag. So have fun. So just different things. It's leather, so the bag that the this piece is leather. This whole thing's leather, so leather paint on leather works just fine. It that's like painting leather on leather shoes. That's what it's for. So I'm using the materials, the raw materials on the materials that they're for. So this is not vinyl. So I tested out. I put like water, paper towel on it, and nothing came out. So I let it dry overnight, and yeah, so far so good. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do the bow. My sister's telling me I should paint it pink, but I like the fact that just like the flowers are painted and not the bow because I feel like the bow is an extension of the ghost, and the ghost is supposed to be black and white. But she's saying I'm thinking too much into it. I don't know. So yeah, there are vinyl paints. That's a thing. There are paints for vinyl. You just have to like look at them there because there are shoes that are mixed with vinyl and leather that are not leather. So, and there are that's the alley you need to look up at. Start looking at shoe designers who can make custom shoes and see if they make it like tennis shoes, not like people that are making like leather ballroom shoes. You need to look at like tennis shoes. They have things to fix stuff for leather, and they have stuff to fix things for pleather or faux leather. And those are the paints that you need to look at. Sometimes we have to look outside of our bag making world to find out something that could truly help us, like, take it in. And yeah, I decided to make a this is the only leather project that I'm doing, but you can use cork and or vinyl in it. I'm just waiting on some hardware that should hopefully be in today, so then I can film it tomorrow. So, and that'll be like my 6th or 7th video done. Yeah, let the bow be just be a part because like, it's attached to the ghost, you know? And I'll be like, "It's weird if she has, like, a pink thing," and she's like this is me floating as a ghost, by the way, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm a ghost," so I was like, "Yeah, just have the flowers around her." And I put, like, little ghosties in the side too, so it's super cute. I think I might keep this one. I have journals everywhere. I'm a journalholic too. I write everywhere. I write on back of envelopes. Uh, yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna hop off, finish my coffee, and get my day started. No, did you send it to me text? I didn't see that. Just send it to me text. Oh yeah, I love. Okay, so my kids watched Adventure Time a lot when they were a little bit younger, and I would watch it with them. Like, I watched all like, okay, so it got to the point that there are certain shows that would come on Cartoon Network, and I would watch them. I love Amazing World of Gumball. That was my show. They watched this and, Steven and Universe. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll buy T-shirts just to make them mad because they can't find them. So, like, this shirt and Steven the Universe shirt, they're like, "Where did you get it?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it." And they always try to steal this shirt, like, a Mother of the Year. So, yeah, but I watch Adventure Time just because of them, and yeah, it was good times, and I took them to the Cartoon Network hotel to see it, like, if they liked it. Do not go to the Cartoon Network, it will crash your dreams. Don't do it. I'm letting you know now. Don't do it. We were like, "Yeah, don't." It's not worth it. Alright, guys, I will talk to you later. Alright. Hi, Io. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.